up, guys?
Welcome back to another episode
of Whiskey and Water.
I wonder if people ever wonder who's who. Because when I start listening to a podcast, it takes me a while before I understand whose voice is whose.
I feel like we have pretty different voices, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think that because I know our voices.
No, for sure. But do people know that I'm Jess and you're Liv?
You know, when we first started in the first few episodes, we said I'm Olivia. I'm your co-host Olivia, and I'm your co-host Jess. We introduced ourselves.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we did.
Well, guys, this is your co-host Jessica.
This is your co-host Liv.
Oh, I said Jessica. Olivia.
Okay, Olivia, whatever. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Happy Monday. We hope you had a fantastic weekend. We are back at it again with our season finale.
This is season 4 finale. Which means that next week we will be taking a little hiatus week to come back even stronger.
When realistically, you guys take the hiatus week, we don't really stop working.
Yeah, there's no shot.
We like to say that we do, but we really don't.
Yeah. There's just so much, because then we really take the time to get on the shit that's been on the back burner.
Or just think about how we can be better for the next season.
Yeah.
And come up with different segments and fun stuff like that.
Yeah, we're going to be having some polls on the Instagram. So if you guys aren't already followed to the Instagram, it's Whiskey and Water Podcast. We're going to be doing some polls, asking you guys what you like and dislike and, what you want to see more of, guests that you'd like to have on.
Guys, seriously, if you're not following the Instagram, you really need to go do that because we are pretty active on there. We're always posting new stories and highlights about whatever the episode is that week and sharing funny snippets and behind the scenes stories. So Whiskey and Water Podcast, go give it a follow.
Hell yeah, brother.
And let's take a moment and thank our show sponsor today, Celsius. You guys already know the deal.
This is my second one of the day and it's noon, so
it's fine.
Mwah. I'm fine.
Mwah. Chef's kiss.
You love to see it.
Okay, so we got no high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors.
It's healthy energy. It accelerates the metabolism and it burns body fat. You guys already know the vibes.
You already know. Link in description. We fucking can't get enough of Celsius. We live, breathe, sweat,
drink.
Fucking.
Most importantly.
Yeah, drink Celsius, rep it, we wear it. Got us dripping in swag. I mean, not today, but...
Yeah, she's holding her shirt. I'm like...
Well, because they send us these fucking bomb-ass little sets and you just love it. It's a lifestyle.
I think I want to buy some of those.
Oh.
Because they're just so good.
You don't have to buy it unless you know the deal.
Unless, come on, girl.
Unless, send those through. We love them.
Or just the discount code. I'm going to invest in every color.
Dude, yeah, no, they're fire.
And I love that.
Ooh, the AC just
turned off.
The AC was let me have your moment. I mean,
sounds crisp.
Let you have your moment.
It sounds crisp.
We love that.
It's also a flex to be wearing all Celsius because people know you're that bitch.
Yeah, you walk in the gym and you're like, I'm an athlete.
I am
a Celsius athlete.
I'm a rep.
Anyways,
I rep the brand.
Link in description. It sounds so much more quiet without the
crisp.
AC. Okay, anyways, guys, we are doing a fun little season finale. We figured we're just gonna keep it chill, just us conversation. We kind of love the episodes that
we've been doing just us. We've just been vibing. Just vibes, man.
Not to say that we don't absolutely love every single guest that's on our episode, but it's cool to just sit down and have a conversation with you guys and, kind of just feels like we're all chatting and talking about life and what's relevant and what's resonating with us recently.
And it's nice because it's funny though, because in our first season, I think we might have had one guest.
I'm down to be a little nostalgic. Sorry.
She's always down for the nostalgia.
I'm always on the nostalgia tips.
But week 1, not week 1, season 1, I don't think we had any guests. Maybe we had one.
No, we didn't. We started off strong, just me and you, the brothers could get a vibe.
And it feels a lot like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more intimate,
Yeah,
it's
nice.
Just us.
Earlier, we were filming a whole intro, and then we just weren't feeling it, so we stopped.
Yeah, guys, we've actually, little BTS, we might as well fill you guys in. We filmed a 15-minute intro, and then we were like, this is not it. But you know what? This is it. This is it. We did some burpees. We did some fucking, what are these called?
Jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks. We got the heart rate going. We went outside, stood in the sun, did it grow.
I cracked open my second Celsius.
It got some, good, loving energy from our dogs.
Yes.
So this is it. I'm feeling this intro.
I'm happy for us, brother.
Okay. Anywho, let's do a little bit of catch up before we get into the episode. Squirt, motherfucking squirt.
Your finger movements are just not doing it for me right now.
Like the little pinchers?
Little Heinz
it's
ketchup.
It's like a mini
it's like
ketchup
packet.
bottle.
It's like the packets.
Okay, yeah.
Packets.
Or like the ones that come in Chick-fil-A where you can peel it back or like squeeze it.
Fuck.
How do you like your ketchup, guys? So anyways, I'm planning my engagement party.
Finally.
I'm excited because I didn't think I'd be having an engagement party.
This year.
Yeah, I just didn't know if I cared enough to do it. But we shoot at this studio all the time. We've been shooting there for years. And we were just there a few weeks ago, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking around, and I'm like, I want to have an engagement party here, specifically.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally
so
the
beautiful.
Perfect location. Everything's just white. It has like such pretty vines. They light it up at night. Yeah, it's just gorgeous.
You guys, if you follow us on
Pinterest location.
Yeah, it really is. If you follow us on Instagram, you've seen this. It's like, a studio we shoot in all the time. A lot of our content is shot there.
If you guys see a bathroom or a kitchen that looks like it's way too nice for us to live in it, yeah, it's
like a cute little retro. Anyways, I'm so excited. We did a walkthrough yesterday, or was it the day before? I think it was the day before with Tyler and one of my best friends, Brooke. She's gonna help me plan because that's what she does. And I'm just so excited. It's gonna be so cute. I'm trying not to go overboard though. It's not a wedding, but it's gonna be so cute.
It's definitely about finding the balance because it's like you want it to be a lit engagement party, but like but it's not the wedding.
It's not the wedding.
So it's like, what do you?
And I also we have no date set for the wedding, so I don't want it to like be a wedding vibe and then also be like, oh, we have no idea when we're getting married or if we're gonna get married. No, we're gonna get
what?
No, not if we're gonna get married. If we're gonna have a wedding, that's what I meant.
Good thing Tyler doesn't listen.
No, you guys know what I mean.
If any of Tyler's friends are listening,
I don't think they'll get eloped.
Fucking snitch.
Yeah, fucking Jackson. Like,
yeah,
don't.
Jackson, keep your fucking mouth shut.
Jackson's a loyal listener. Shout out you. But anywho, so that's been exciting because it's just fun.
No, I'm super excited.
I'm really excited, and it's gonna be a year from our proposal.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
so exciting.
Cute.
And guys, I'm taking her engagement photos.
Oh, yes!
I'm so excited.
You know what? I just feel like, especially for Tyler, like he needs to do it with someone he's comfortable with.
And someone that can roast him into looking right.
Yeah, exactly. Who can be honest and be like, what the fuck are you doing with your face?
Literally.
So that'll be fun. Well, because we want to like print some of the pictures and have them around for the party.
Yeah.
So super excited. What's new with you, brother?
Not much, keeping it together
yes,
over here.
That's a good thing.
Which you'd love to see. Yes. We're going to divulge into, that's kind of what today's episode is about.
Yeah, just and inspired by.
Yeah.
Just where we're at in our lives right now.
Yeah, and like we're both like coming up on our 25th birthdays. Just going to kind of be like reflecting, talking about ebbs and flows. And
we just passed a year anniversary of the podcast. So it's kind of like, seasons, it feels like seasons changing and a lot of good things are on the horizon for us. And we're excited about it.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, not much is new. Of course, always constantly doing the home decor thing. Rearranged.
You don't stop.
I really don't. I rearranged my room. And surprisingly enough, it doesn't sound like it'd be a huge deal, but
your bed is heavy as fuck.
Oh my God, guys, I did everything by myself and I switched it like 3 times.
Okay, but also you need to let them know that it's not a normal bed. It's a mechanical bed. It's an electric bed. So like that shit has a fucking motor in it.
Yeah, low key. It like goes up and down and shit. Anyways, but
she's rich.
But
that's a joke. Whoever like never heard that joke to start.
Yeah.
That when we say like rich, we're not actually saying like, oh, she's fucking financially rich. It's just
I hope no one thinks so.
It's just like it's something we do.
It's just rich.
Okay, continue.
Many things are rich and it has nothing to do with money. Irregardless.
Continue.
So I switched my room around because I really wasn't feeling it, and when I moved into the new apartment, although it's like nicer, my room was not as big at my last place and so I've been like struggling to like fit all of my fucking shit in there, but I finally rearranged it into a way that I like, and it has made me so much happier.
Isn't that wild?
It is wild. Like, and normally I'm not someone who like I don't know, gets like too caught up in shit like that, but
it was fucking with your vibe.
It was fucking with my vibe. Like, I just, every time I went into my room, I like wasn't cleaning it and shit because I just didn't like how it was.
She neglected it. But, you know, feng shui is a real thing.
It truly is.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, there's a reason that fucking, you know, it
it's like, it sets the energy of the space.
Yeah, and so now I'm like just so much more inspired to like make it nice.
Yeah,
no, I mean, it's nice, but you know, just keeping it clean and
it looks so good.
Doing all that shit.
Love that.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for like fucking doing it by yourself.
Oh,
that's a good feeling.
I literally almost lost one of my toes because, guys, in my dresser is so fucking goddamn heavy. It is insane. So, yeah, that was a mission. But we did it. So, guys, if you haven't been feeling your fucking room, switch that bitch around.
Rearrange that shit. You don't need no man.
Fucking DM me. Ask me for my opinion, even though it's worthless. And I'll do what I can. I'm here to help.
In other news, we're definitely working on some merch for next season, which I'm super excited about. Guys, we don't want to give away any spoilers, but we have the cutest shit coming.
Yep, and you know, some of it may or may not be able to help you walk through places safely. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that, but we're super excited and we can't wait to get it out to you guys. We're gonna make it do our best to make it pretty affordable. We're not trying to we're not trying to get rich off the brothers. You know, we just want you guys repping. We
just want you guys to have
we just want it in your hands.
Yeah, I'm definitely not trying to make any sort of profit off of this.
This is all for you guys.
Yeah.
And thank you for our support.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support for our show. Mm-hmm. Anyways, in other news, we're getting breakfast with our producer tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I haven't seen him. I mean, you saw him when he came by and helped us.
No, we did a music video together after that too.
Oh yeah. Dude, I haven't seen him since March.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna give him the biggest hug. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It's about that time.
I might bring Nugget so that he can reunite with Nugget.
Yeah.
They are true star-crossed lovers.
I mean, they're soulmates.
They really are. Zach is like a guest father.
We would be recording the show and we'd look over and he would just be in Nugget's arms, just wrapped up.
No, Nugget would be in Zach's arms. He would not be in Nugget's arms. Let's just clarify that really quick.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
I said he was in Nugget's arms.
I'm picturing Nugget laying back with his little paws out and Zach just chilling.
Oh my god, guys, sometimes it just, my brain and my mouth, it just doesn't connect. It'd be like that. But so funny.
We are so excited.
Yeah, so excited. And we're going to get some colada. And it's going to be a good time.
Oh, also,
yes. What?
I'm getting a tattoo on Friday.
Yes.
We're filming this on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it comes out Monday. I'm getting a tattoo in 2 days, so it'll be there by Monday.
She's just always on some new shit.
I really am. Because you know what?
Life's too short.
Life is too short. And also, I don't know. I know that if I don't just actively pull the trigger, I'll never do it and I'll kind of regret it.
Full send.
Yeah, I mean,
full send, brother. Pull the trigger.
Listen, I was scared about fucking getting the chest tat. I was scared about shaving my head. This can't be much worse.
Yeah, no, it's just another tattoo, but also just mentally, I feel that's kind of where we're at in life, is just pulling the trigger on stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Maybe that will be it's kind of it could be misunderstood though, as a title. So maybe I was maybe we'll make that the episode title. Maybe not. Anyways,
could be misinterpreted.
So yeah, let's get straight into the episode, shall we? Conversation.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
So like I said, we're just gonna be talking about ebbs and flows today, and just new season of life, and just things that have been on our heart and have been resonating with me. And I think that you guys get more of an inside look into our lives, definitely, because we divulge so much on the podcast, and it's great for that because it really is a venting tool, and it really allows us to by saying stuff out loud and having this platform, I think we kind of come to realize things as well, which is great.
For sure.
It's it's like a sounding board.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, a couple episodes ago, you guys know I had basically, not basically, I did have a mental breakdown, and I don't know, shit has just been kind of weird for me, and not for any specific reason. It's not this I mean, okay, no, some things did happen, my grandfather passed, and just been dealing with normal life shit.
She was moving at the time, so it was kind of a transitional period.
But, you know, I've just been not as in a good headspace as I would like to be. And, you know, it's hard when you really can't blame it on one thing. It's not like, oh, well, this happened and that's why I'm not feeling good. It's like, for some reason, I just, in my head, in my body, I just don't feel well. And nothing that I'm necessarily doing is really making me feel better. Because, you know, don't get me wrong, I do all the things. You know, I'm like, okay, let me meditate or
work out.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some things I was neglecting. Like, I definitely could have meditated more or, you know, whatever it may be. But I was still, like, working out. I also have, like, some issues that, like, I don't really feed myself great when I'm not in, like, a great headspace. Like, I really don't feed myself.
Yeah,
like,
and I think that's something that's normal. I mean, a lot of people who deal with mental health issues definitely don't...
They kind of just neglect...
provide for themselves in that way. I mean, that's a thing.
For sure, and I just...
it's understandably so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a really hard time, like, cooking. Because, you know, like, cooking for yourself and feeding yourself truly is an act of love. And when you're not, like, loving yourself properly, like, you know, you neglect certain things. You know, some people, it's their fitness. Some people, it's, you know, food. Some people, it's, you know, social life. Whatever it may be. Like, that's just kind of my thing. And so, you know, I've just been dealing with that and kind of trying to, like, relearn how to, like, love myself and, you know, returning to things like gratitude. Like, gratitude has always been something that has grounded me heavily.
Yeah.
But basically, you know, and why I'm kind of sharing all of this is to say that, like, I've seen a couple people posting, you know, here and there, like, you know, other influencers or whatever it may be saying, like, just talking about their experiences and how, you know, they're not okay.
Just being transparent.
Just being vulnerable and transparent. And I just kind of, you know, want to share my experiences with you guys to reassure you that if, you know, if you're not feeling 100% or if you're, you know, if you're struggling, like, you're absolutely not alone, of course. But even if shit looks sweet from the outside, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And that's the thing we constantly, you know, that's just a part of our show. Is just, we always say Instagram is a highlight reel, social media is a highlight reel, and, like, if someone went on your Instagram profile, you look happy as fuck, perfect life, like, everything's great.
And it's hilarious because even, like, people I know will be like, girl,
you're thriving,
you've been glowing lately, and
you're like, little do you know,
it's Facetune.
Thank you, shout out Facetune.
But no, and that's not to say that I don't have, you know, really great highs, and it's not to say that my life isn't incredible, because, you know, and it's like, that's part of it. Like, I know that it is, and part of it is the guilt that I feel for, like, struggling, and I'm like, what am I struggling for?
And then it's kind of like a vicious cycle.
It really,
and
it's
a downward spiral from that point. Yeah, because then you, like, start to worry about the fact that you're in this mental mind space, and then you're like, okay, am I depressed? Okay, is it time to get help? Like
what's happening?
It, like, all just fucking adds up.
I'm like, am I lacking a vitamin? Like, you know what
I mean? Is there a hormone imbalance?
Exactly.
Yeah, type shit.
And my boyfriend really has been great for this, because he is he's in med school, and he's just very, like...
He's a very level-headed person.
Very level-headed, and he just really looks at things from, you know, different perspectives, and he's a great sounding board, and he's helped me a lot in that way to, like, be like, okay, well, like, just kind of, you know, lay things out for me. So, you
perspective.
know,
give me some perspective.
Just give me perspective, and really just encourage. Like, he's the one who told me the other day, like, he told me, you're in a toxic relationship with yourself. He's like, you have a toxic ex-boyfriend inside of you who is neglecting you, who is not feeding you, who is treating you like shit.
Ooh, I just got chills.
And literally, like, I just started crying, because I was like, you're so right. Like, I'm not feeding myself. I'm not taking care of myself. And those are acts of love. And, you know, I need to love myself. And he said, you treat me better than you treat yourself. Yeah. He's like, you treat everyone better than the way you treat yourself right now. And I was like, you're so right.
Yeah. Like, and, like, when you're in that negative headspace, obviously I know, like, you're working on we're both on our spiritual journey, but are you in that moment when you're kind of wrapped up in it, are you observing your thought pattern or your self-talk, or is that something that's kind of out the window and you're, like, wrapped up in it?
No, I'm constantly aware. Yeah. But however, that awareness doesn't
it's bring like not me, enough.
No, it doesn't bring me, like, peace to know that it's more of, like, now it's two, you know, levels of thinking that are, like, okay, yes, I'm having these thoughts. And then the second thought is, why am I having these thoughts? And then, like you said, it's that vicious cycle of, well, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
And then another perspective of, is there anything wrong with me?
Yeah.
Am I just overreacting?
It's just doubting yourself.
Do I need to
being unsure?
Do I just need to chill? Like, do I just need like a day in the sun?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you know, well, what would I?
So many thoughts, so many words.
What I will say about it is that, like, gratitude has absolutely helped me, because it's like, I'll be sitting, you know, I'll be like, you know, in a little like depression pit in my bed, like freaking out. But then again, I'm like, okay, I need to chill out. Like, I'm doing what I try to remind myself is that nothing is wrong in the moment.
Yeah.
And I really try to bring myself back into the present and start listing off things that I'm grateful for. I'm like, okay, I have a great relationship. I have a best friend who's always there for me. Like, my podcast is thriving. I'm starting a new business. I'm in a new apartment.
Yeah, you just have to remind yourself of those things.
Yeah, and it's really truly just getting it's almost, and I hate to say this because, I mean, this is just my personal experience, but it's almost narcissistic in a way.
Yeah, because you have to like hype yourself up.
No, not even. It's like, I'm so, like, my head is in my own ass. You know, like, I'm so wrapped up in my own shit. Like, just get out of your own fucking head.
Yeah, but
like,
also,
I'm so self-centered that
yes, but you also have to have grace with yourself. And I think for me, what's been helpful when I do have those moments, because everyone has those moments, you know, like, and I consider myself a pretty, like, happy person overall, unless something is really getting to me. But everyone has those moments, and it's okay. We're human. It's normal. Like, yes, it's a part of normal life. And even if everything is okay, quote unquote, on paper, you know, that doesn't mean that everything is okay in your head.
And I think that's what I was missing, was the grace with myself.
Yeah.
And that's where other people's vulnerability and that's where other people's posts and stuff really come in, because it's like, okay, and I'm not fucking crazy.
It's so helpful to see other people validating those feelings, because it's like, even especially when it comes from someone you look up to or admire. And that's exactly why we wanted to do this episode with you guys. You know, it's season closer and we want it to be fun and cool, but this is real life and this is relevant to our lives right now. And this is like
my reality.
Complete transparency, and you being inspired by seeing other people open up. Like, I hope those who look up to us and see us as role models, like, I hope this gives them the validation if they've been struggling, because I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah. And you know, on the, you know, the subject of ebb and flows, like, it does get better, because it was for a couple weeks, I just was feeling down, and I was like, fuck, what do I need to do? How do I get myself out of this? And, you know, I was doing things, but it was really very, like, slowly but surely. And, like, today I feel great, and tomorrow I may not feel as great. And, you know, I understand that I'm still on the, you know, the upward curve out of it. Mm-hmm. But, you know, slowly but surely, like, I have felt better, and I have felt, you know, more comfortable in my own skin. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think that's just,
it was no one big thing that, you know, jolted me out of it.
And that's life. Like, you know, life isn't guaranteed to be all high notes and everything's good, and it makes you appreciate the good moments even more. Yeah. And like Jess said, like, this whole theme of ebbs and flows, it's kind of just when you are in those low spots, just understanding that, you know, it's temporary, things are going to get better. And I think the grace with yourself is so important, because like I was saying, like, when I'm struggling and I'm having those moments, I literally am like, okay, how can I change this self-talk? I try to recognize the negative self-talk and, like, the negative talk in general. Like, the thoughts that I'm having are negative. Let's raise the vibration, and let's have compassion for ourselves, and let's say it's okay to feel this way. Yes. And, you know, not beat ourselves down and say it's gonna get better and we're gonna work on this, and it's okay that you're feeling this way, and you love yourself and you're gonna nurture yourself, you know. And
sometimes you need someone to tell that to you, because sometimes you can get so wrapped up in your own shit that it really is hard to gain that perspective. But just having someone, you know that you can go to and say, hey, like, I'm feeling like shit, how do I change my thinking?
Yeah, you need someone else to be a cheerleader for you.
And I will say that reading, like, sometimes it's not even a person, sometimes it's a book. And what I've started rereading recently was The Power of Now, because that book was instrumental in my as a catalyst for my spiritual journey. And I feel like I'm almost like, I know I'm not back to that place, but I know that I need it again because I need something to kickstart that within me.
Yeah.
And so I just needed a reminder, and the book has been that for me. It's been, you know, it has allowed me to like get out of my own, like the reason that I'm in this rut, although it is normal, is because I've, you know, I'm definitely like neglecting something, or I'm lacking something within myself, you know? And so I just need to be reminded that everything that I need, and you know, everything
is right here,
is within
you. Everything you need to feel better or get out of you know, this negative headspace is you
within.
Have the power. Like you're the driver driving the car, you're holding onto the steering wheel.
And I will say that in the past, when I was a little bit more, I feel like, aligned, it was a lot easier to just
pivot
and put myself back on the right track. And you know, just due to like, you know, the nature of life and how, you know, busy that we've been, and with the move, and you know, losing a loved one, you know, I got a little off track, and you know, obviously
it happens.
I recognize that, not that I paid the price necessarily, but you know, I realized that it was something that I was lacking.
And if I could drive anything home, it's just like that's life, and it does ebb and flow, and you have to just be gracious and grateful for those moments where you are on the up curve. Like, and what sparked this idea for a conversation was that the other day we were just really excited about a few things going on, and it just felt like a new season of our lives, and like, just like I said, new things on the horizon. Like, we're wrapping season 5, we're, you know, refining season 4, starting season 5. We're refining our system with the podcast to be a little more sustainable on our end, which is really like a weight off our back. So it's like, and then we're starting the OnlyFans. You know, I have my YouTube going on. She has her Casa experience going on. We're
constantly thinking about new ideas.
Our birthdays are coming up. You know, like we even like the little things, like we made GIFs for Instagram. It's like and that's been on the back burner for the past year. So it's like, it's the little things that we just feel like good. My engagement party's happening. Good things are happening. You know, and you know, it was Jess who kind of took a step back and was like, okay, things are getting better, and this is just like they always do.
Yeah,
you know?
And I almost didn't want to just brush over the fact that like I've had these struggles.
That you've struggled, that you're coming out of a struggle in time.
Like shit's great, and you know, good things are happening, but you know, I definitely didn't want to like
pretend it didn't happen without being like transparent about it.
And I want to be transparent with you guys, and although like I said, things look great, like it hasn't been without struggle and without, you know, lows, and I just wanted to kind of hammer that home.
And I think there's a lot like online about having a positive mindset, and it's definitely easier said than done. But something I know we both, and it's funny because she's reading The Power of Now, and I started reading A New Earth, which is, I believe, the sequel. And that, guys, I mean, the power, if you're not reading some sort of personal growth or personal development or spiritual book, we highly, 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 highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't read a spiritual, well, the last one I read was during quarantine, which really, really helped me. And kind of like, I was thinking about this past year because, you know, it kind of just flew by for all of us. And my quarantine time I learned a lot about myself and my anxiety and how to deal with it. So I take that as a valuable takeaway. But that book that I read, The Healing Power of Mind, was so, so valuable for me during that time. And it's just like, I don't think in society we give enough credits to books and to this, like, the power in reading something that is just so, sometimes that shit really does change your life, and it's information that really sticks with you forever. So that was the last one I read, and then since then it's been like kind of more self-help, but like more practical stuff. Yeah. But dude, when I start reading The New Earth, it's literally like I might as well be meditating. You get into this whole different,
it's crazy,
like parallel universe almost when you tap into that
everything
power.
Is like, it's like the words are meant for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I started reading The Power of Now,
it's so special.
It was just like, it was almost like just the words in my brain just have like a tether.
Yeah.
And it is just like connecting.
And it brings you back to this reality in a sense. And you know, you could say that you're going out of reality because it kind of feels like that, but really, like, I don't want to get too like spiritual, but
I know we kind of sound like crazy.
But it feels like this life that we're constantly in society and work and our phones and Instagram and likes and content and podcast, that it almost feels like this is just a fucking game. And then when you read something and it just brings you back into what's important and grounds you and brings you back to this present moment, and that we're just like playing this game of life. It's just it's so nice. It's so refreshing.
Like, what are we getting pressed over? Like, we're literally just vessels right now.
We're going there, guys. We're going. Sorry.
Like, and you know,
actually not sorry though, because this is honestly this is the shit we live for. These are the real conversations that we have, and like, fuck it, I don't want to water it down. Like, if you can hang, you can hang. If not, it might not be the episode for you, but like, these are the conversations we have constantly.
And it brings me back to, you know, Many Lives, Many Masters. Yeah. I get brought back to that book a lot, because it's like,
we're souls.
At the end of the day, we are literally, like, all we are souls that are inhabiting these vessels that are trying to reach enlightenment at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all just, like, there's a quote that I love that is like, that's like, we're all just walking each other home. You know what I mean? Like, we are literally just here to walk each other to death. Essentially, you know what I mean?
So morbid.
It's not even morbid though, because
I hear you.
Like, I don't feel like death is morbid. I mean, I feel like death for me.
Read Many Lives, Many Masters.
Yeah, it's a great book.
Life changing.
It really is. And yeah, you know, I gave it to my mom recently because my grandfather passed, and you know, she's been loving it as well. But like, you know, I don't feel like death is even like, you know, it's not even morbid. It's almost like a new chapter.
It's a process. Yeah.
And although, like you said, like, we get caught up and it's like, oh, death is so sad, but like,
society is what makes it sad. Exactly. We make it sad. There's other cultures who embrace it and celebrate and have a party when someone dies.
Like, because if y'all don't fucking party when I die, I swear to God, I'll lose it.
Well, no, in other cultures they're like
coming back from the grave.
In other cultures they celebrate because they're like, yes, you made it out of hell. Congrats. Like they consider this hell on earth. So it's really just all about, perspective.
Are they wrong?
It's really just perspective. But you know, like, this could be heaven on earth. Like, and that,
if we chose to,
for me, like, a big theme that I've been trying to really just embrace lately is the feeling of contentment, because it's like, I'm in my house and I'm upset for what? I have someone who loves me, and I know you just said this, but like, I have a dog. I'm like literally lying on Tyler's chest and I'm like, why am I not so at peace right now? And it, you know, we just want more and more and more. And I'm the first to say it. I want to roll
the TikTok.
I want a Rolex. Yeah, I want a Rolex. I want a Benz. Like, I'm setting these goals for myself, but I'm almost like making it like it's like a game to me. I'm like, oh, I want to, like, you know, earn those bonus points. I want to get a Rolex. I want to get and it's healthy to have that distance and not put that value into these things, because, you know, and I won't deny the fact that it does make you feel a little bit better about yourself. Like, if you get a nice car, you can
accomplish things,
and that's what you're driving every day, like, it does, but it makes your ego feel better. It's not doing anything to your soul, you know? And it's hard to, my point with that, I'm kind of going on a tangent, but my point with that is just like, if I can't be happy laying on my couch, on my fiance's chest, with petting my dog, like listening to the background of a basketball game and just ate dinner, like, if I can't be happy here, I'll never be happy.
Never.
No matter how much money is in the bank account, no matter how many cars I have in the driveway.
Everything is literally
if I can't be content with that, I'll never be content. You know? And I think it's just so important to take a step back and realize that gratitude plays such a strong part. And like, when you see your life from an abundance perspective versus a scarcity mindset, like, everything changes. Because I could easily be like, there's so much more that I could want, you know, but you have to check yourself and see everything that you already have. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're blessed to have a phone. Every single thing that we take for granted, someone out there wishes they had. Legs, a deep breath, sight, food on the table, a couch, a phone charger, transportation, a car. There's people taking the bus every day. Like, there's people who can't get to work without.
It's great to live in a place where buses are available. I mean, there's just so many levels to
and
what
granted,
you can be
like,
grateful for.
We are coming from a perspective of privilege, and, you know, we live in a first world country. Like, I'm not gonna deny that, but it's about seeing everything and being grateful for it, seeing everything in your life, seeing it as abundance and gratitude. I mean, if you have a if you have a fridge stocked with food, you're fucking blessed. If you have a roof over your head and clothes on your back, you're fucking blessed. Just because you can't get the new season of clothes every fucking week, whatever it is,
and that's not to invalidate anything that you're
Correct.
feeling. However,
Correct.
the purpose of it is to return to a place of gratitude, because, and like, I'm the first person to say this, like, I was sitting here for weeks not feeling myself and crying for no reason, and literally just like struggling and being like, why aren't I happy right now, even though I'm in my gorgeous fucking Miami apartment,
right.
and I have my dog and I have my fucking TV. Like, I had all those things and I still wasn't. And the thing, what helped me get my head out of my ass was gratitude, and being like, and just listing things off. And I love that you said a deep breath, because that is one of the first things that I remind myself that I am grateful for.
Our health.
And being able to take a deep breath, especially in the light of the pandemic, and not feel any pain or discomfort, or like the fact that I can even do that.
I mean, the fact that we wake up every day in comfort is a blessing. And it's like, you don't realize these things until it's like you see a video on TikTok or one of your best friends, or until it happens to you, where you're physically disabled or sick, or you get diagnosed with something that's going to change your health forever. It's like we all take our health so for granted, and every little miracle happening in our body is something that should not be taken for granted. We have so many systems going on that we don't even know about until it fucks up, and then we're like, wow, I took peeing in comfort for granted. Like my grandma, she ended up passing from bladder cancer, and every time she went to the bathroom, I felt like a UTI, and I was just like, it's like, so every time she went pee, it burned. And it's stuff like that just reminds you, like, literally. So now every time I pee and it doesn't burn, I'm thankful for that. And you don't think about those things until something happens that makes you think about it. But every single thing. I mean, when I'm shaving my legs in the shower, I'm thankful that I have legs, type shit, you know? And
I don't shave my legs, so I can't relate.
It's just so important, guys, to be grateful for everything you have. And it just helps you get through life.
And you know, like we always fucking preach, it is a balance. It's a balance between, you know, being grateful, but also being ambitious and wanting more for yourself. It is fine. Like, that's completely fine. But it's like, I think, you know, Olivia summed it up perfectly. Like, if you can't be happy with exactly where you are right now, you will not be. And the thing is, you might have, like, you know, a little spurt of happiness, you know, once you reach a certain thing. But like, is that feeding your soul? Like, are you truly happy from within, or is it like egoic happiness? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not to say that egoic happiness isn't a real thing, because isn't real happiness, because
I feed into my ego fucking every day.
Yeah,
you know
and
I mean? Like it's part of, you have to learn to almost live with the ego.
And it is such a balance, because we talk about dream boards and manifestation, and I mean, we're the first to say I'm over here manifesting a boat, a mansion, fucking properties around the country to hop around to. So it's not to say that those things can't make you happy as well, but it's about the balance of it. It's a very fine line, but there is a balance, and it's about being grateful for those things.
And it's work. Like you don't just like you're not just ambitious and desire all of these things without doing like the inner work to understand that if you don't reach those things, you'll be fine. Like it's not like you meditate a couple times and you're good, you're enlightened, you're fine. Like, it's constant work, constant mental like banter of like.
And I think a lot of it too is about not putting all of your self-value into those things.
That's what it is. It's like going.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's leveling up in life and understanding that you're good no matter what. And like you said, almost like playing the game.
You're playing society's game of, you know, trying to put more numbers in a digital bank account for money that doesn't even fucking exist, really.
Literally.
Like, what are we playing here? And I'm just really thankful that we have, like, I'm so thankful for our jobs, because I mean, we've been there. We know the 5 to 9 struggle. We know what it's like showing up, and I don't want this to seem
5 to 9.
5 to 9. Guys, we have issues.
She's not okay.
9 to 5. Imagine 5 to 9. But, you know, I don't want us to seem braggadocious or like, oh, we have it so much better. You know, guys, that's never our intention. But that is something that we never take for granted. I don't take one morning where I can sleep in for granted. Like, that is a blessing that I can cuddle my dog and like not have to get up right this. I mean, sometimes we do, but you know, we have that peace to enjoy the leisure of mornings, and that is something that I'm forever grateful for.
And we were even having this conversation with one of our girlfriends, Alexa. She was like, yeah, you know, I've been having a lot of free time lately. And I was like, free time? Never heard of her. But then again, it's also like, we decide our own schedules. We decide how much we want to work, and I'm so grateful.
There's a lot of freedom in that. And yeah, I mean, when I think about, like, you know, I'm like, where do I want to be in 5 years? I want to be financially stable. I want to be making this much. But like 5 years ago, I would have been so happy and proud and content that I am here, for the most part, financially stable, and like, that is a blessing in itself.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, I grew up with a single mom who had a fucking salary of $35,000. So like, I know what it's like to fucking struggle, and that just makes me appreciate like being independent and having financial security so much more, you know?
I mean, you know, my struggles, you know, like financially and everything, and I really have, you know, gotten to a point where like, I know that I'm going to be good no matter what, not only because of, you know, what is happening to me right now, but because of my nature and my spirit. Like, I know that I'm always going to be good, and that's just one thing that I've always been able to trust. But I am so grateful for that, because like you said, like, I know what it is to fucking struggle and worry about
if you're going to pay rent. And,
you know, like, back in the day, there was times where like I couldn't, like, I was days late on my bills. I was asking, you know, fortunately I had, you know, parents that I could, you know, ask to spot me here and there. Although, you know,
that's like the last resort.
They were, my father is not someone who likes to
lend out money.
Yeah, not any. So like, that's truly
it's
like
hard.
I'll starve for a couple days before I have to resort to that. But and I'm even grateful for that. But it's like, I'm just very, very grateful for our jobs and what we're able to
Gratitude, guys. It's a really powerful tool. And like, you know, again, I think we hammered this home. It's not to say that if you have all those things, you shouldn't be down and you shouldn't be upset, because that's a part of normal life too. And everything can look great on paper and in your head. But if you don't have your mental health, if you're not working on developing yourself mentally, spiritually, it's going to be hard, brothers.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, like,
read your books.
I could have been in a fucking mansion. I could have been chilling on a boat, yet my mental health was not where I needed it to be, and it all meant nothing.
Yeah. You got to nurture yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. There's a lot going on here. But also something that I, you know, kind of taking a few steps back, I think having the goals of the materialistic things and the success is okay, but I'm thinking about one person in specific, but when you place all of your value in your success, you're never going to be content. There's pillars.
Listen to that. Run that back.
If you place all your value in your success, you're never going to be content.
Yeah.
Like, because there's more to life, there's more to happiness
because
than
it's
success.
like you accomplished, like, let's say that my main goal was to have a Tesla, right? I mean, I reached the Tesla, and, you know, I love it, but it's like, what now? The car isn't fucking making me happy every day.
It's literally not waking you up in the morning and giving you kisses and fulfilling your soul.
It's not nurturing me. It's
not cooking for you.
It's not cooking for me. It's not loving me. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. You know. So. So it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't understand. Like people just. You know.
Yeah, I know. I catch your wave. And even, like, the fact that we're turning 25, it's like, I don't know. Again, in society, it's like, ew, don't even say that. I'm turning 25. I'm just not here for that. I'm happy to live another year. I'm blessed to be 25, to have made it this far. I feel like I'm down to change that whole fucking narrative of hating growing old, because I think it's a blessing. I've never understood that. Even when my mom was like, these fine lines, obviously it's harder said than done. She's like, you'll understand when you start to age. And like, I do get it, but those lines are blessings. They're memories. There's time spent with loved ones. Like, you're aging. That's a good thing. You're not in the fucking grave. You're here.
Yeah.
What else do you expect? Like, we're not immortal. We don't stay 20 years old forever. Like,
not to mention,
you need to embrace aging.
Not to mention, every year of our lives have improved significantly. Like, I get happier, I grow more,
and even if you haven't, it's not too late. Like,
start today. No, of course not. Like, there's so much world and like life to be experienced
and growth to be had. And I'm just like, I look back, I'm like, I think I'm fucking not. When I say I feel like I'm aging gracefully, it has nothing to do with my appearance, and it has everything to do with my spirit and my spirituality. Like, I know that me as, you know, this soul inside, this Olivia person, is aging very gracefully, you know, and it's from the books I've read. And
I will say, the person inside of me, she needs some work, but she's getting there,
dude. But I mean, hey,
but like you said, it's not too late. I think that you know, some of my years I have, you know, grown more, but then again, you know, what is time? What is
literally that's like, a whole other conversation. What is time?
If we're gonna go there, you know,
what are years? Time? What is age? Like, age is a fucking number.
Yeah, so I'm just understanding that ebbs and flows, you know what I mean?
And enjoying the journey, the process. Trust the process. Trust the trust us, guys. Sounds like prostitute. My brain is broken. I need help. All right, guys. Before we just ramble more, I think my brain is like, okay, we're done. Like, my brain is like, okay, words, they're gonna stop coming out now.
No, my brain's like, you said everything you needed to say.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
good job.
It's like, stop talking, you've done enough.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed this brain dump. That's really just what it felt like.
Like, and I think we've said this in the past, like, normally we kind of have more of an outline,
but fuck that.
But we went into this and we were like, all right, let's just talk.
It's our show. We do what we want. And I do feel like, you know, I love that fact that some of you have said it feels like you're just having a conversation with your best friend. And, like, these are just the conversations we have, you know? And I think it's valuable. I like to think it is.
If it's not... It is what it is.
No, just kidding. We always want to provide value to you guys. But we hope this resonated with you. And, you know, we enjoy being transparent and honest and kind of like peeling back the curtain of our lives, because it's very easy to see it on Instagram with the filters and all this shit and think that it's perfect. When in reality, it's just life. We're just humans. In reality,
2 weeks ago, I was
eating a cookie on Nugget's bed in the coat closet, crying.
Yeah, you know, ebbs and flows.
Well, guys, it's a balance. Whiskey and water.
This week, I'm thriving. Next week, keep you updated.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, guys, we love you. We hope you enjoyed this brain dump of an episode. Before we forget, we're going to do the app of the week and the sustainable business of the week.
Even though we kind of did forget.
We kind of did forget, but not really, because we're doing it now. So let's run with it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So,
all right, give it to us.
App of the week is a little fun one. I know we haven't been able to travel the better half of this year. However, I use this app called Bin, B-E-E-N, Bin, you know? And basically it's an app that like you track everywhere that you've traveled, and it'll tell you like the percentages of places that you've been. So like in America, let's say I've been to like 20 states, it'll tell you like the percentage. It has like a little map that highlights everywhere that you've been. So it's really just cute. And if you travel a lot, it's a really good way to like keep track of everything.
Keep track of your travels.
And it's so fun. Like every time I go somewhere, like updating it and being like, adding a new little page.
A little humble flex. What is it? Subtle flex. Guys, I told you, my words, it's not happening.
It's not happening.
So you go ahead and go with the sustainable business. That's all you.
Sustainable business is a Black-owned business, and it is the first plant-based feminine care on the market. And so it's like completely...
I want to have a whole episode dedicated to like feminine care, honestly.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Feminine care, sex toys, like just all things.
All of it.
Feminine.
Oh, but the business is called The Honey Pot. I should probably tell you guys the name. It's a Black-owned business.
Did they give us lube in a...
No, I think that was a different business.
We got this really great lube.
I wasn't crazy about it.
Really? I liked it.
I know you loved it.
The dispenser could have been
It's
better,
a dispenser.
but the product itself was
great.
Yeah, solid. Anyways.
Yeah, I need to step up the
sex toy department.
Yeah. If you guys have any
All things
recommendations,
sexual.
leave them below.
Honestly, any sponsors want to hook it up?
Yeah, you're
but
not wrong.
basically, they're all feminine products, and I love that they're plant-based because I'm sketched about using like Summer's Eve. Apparently, that's like really not good for you.
Yeah,
I stopped using it, but I did use it for a long time.
Yeah, I did too.
And
not to mention fucking any mainstream tampon brand. It's like full of fucking chemicals and shit.
Fucking wild that we even have to deal with that. But yeah, check them out, the Honey Pot on Instagram, and go support them.
Yeah, I love that.
Guys, we love you.
We love you guys. Thanks for listening to our brain dump.
Listening to us. I'm done.
I'm just gonna take both
tapping
mics
out.
now.
I'm tapping out. Bye, guys. Love you.
So guys, if you guys like this episode, please screenshot this, post it on your story, share some love. You guys have been so great about that lately. Leave a review if you're feeling generous. We will be taking that 1 week hiatus, like we told you guys, to get on our shit. We're gonna have a merch drop for you guys. It's gonna be fucking fire. Whiskey and water.
Lit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Season 4, baby.
Season 4.
Peace out.
Peace out.